Welcome to the Hot Tub Club, where inspiration bubbles up. I'm your host, Samara Renee, and I am so excited to have you guys with me on this journey. I'm sharing in this episode about what the Hot Tub Club is, what was the inspiration behind starting the show, and all about me. And make sure that you guys subscribe to this podcast so that you can get all the up to date information that we're going to be sharing. It's going to be good. So make sure that you subscribe to our podcast and you guys will have an episode every week. I'm so ready for 2025 because we're going to have some great shows coming up. So if you'd like to hear more, let's dive in. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about me, my journey, why I'm here, what am I doing. First, number one, let's talk about the name for the podcast. So the name of the podcast is The Hot Tub Club. The reason why I named it this, it all goes back to me going to a seminar for 3 or 4 days, and it was called Breakthrough to Success. I ended up going to Breakthrough to Success. This was a training by Jack Canfield, and I've always wanted to have a podcast or some type of radio show ever since I was 9 years old. I kept having these great conversations in the hot tub at the Hyatt with all of these different people that I met at our seminar from not only here in the US, but from all over the world. They all had unique stories about their lives and how they became successful and some of the projects they were working on and intimate topics and things that they shared. We need to get this on tape or camera or whatever. This could definitely resonate with so many more people. So the Hot Tub Club, that's how it was born. It was born literally out of a real hot tub. And we just had these great conversations where people really opened up their hearts, let their hair down, and we just had these like hours long conversations while just enjoying ourselves. I wanted to create a space where people felt comfortable, that they can open their hearts up and share a little bit about their journey, the things that they're working on, and their tips for you and me about self care and how to live your best life. Well, a little bit about me. Well, I am somebody who has experienced a lot of weird stuff in my life, and I have been able to overcome a lot, and I am still on this journey. I am with you. I am learning from so many different people in my life. They're being my teachers, and I'm hoping that I can be a teacher for you about what to do and what not to do. But in particular, about just having these open communication and dialogue with people about their journey. I'm hoping that some of these stories will inspire you. I have a upcoming episode that's going to be our our first episode with a guest who will be Tashai Lovington. She is an amazing entrepreneur, author, and she's going to be sharing about solo adventuring and traveling solo. I'm a big believer on traveling solo as well. We're going to talk about her journey across the country all by herself in her Honda Accord. I'm going to share about my travels to different national parks and how to do that safely and some of the lessons that we've learned, because when you're traveling on your own, you learn a lot. You become self-reliant and have to be that person to step up for yourself and protect yourself. Let me talk to you guys a little bit about who I am and why I'm here. Well, I'm Samara. That's me. Well, I have always wanted to have a podcast or a radio show. Let's back it up to 9 years old. There was no such thing as podcast when I was 9. Okay. It was a radio show. I started these little tape recordings with my best friend and my sister, and I would interview them. It was my own version of Oprah. And I would just ask them random questions. We would talk about Jerry Springer stuff. I mean, at 9, totally inappropriate, but that's what we did. We would just come up with shows and I'd interview them and ask them questions. That was how this whole thing got started. I've been documenting my life on tape and then journals and then blogging and now here with the podcast. I'm also on YouTube as well. I have a video every single week at the Samara Renee. Make sure that you subscribe there as well. You guys will get a video from me every single Wednesday. You can count on that puppy coming out. Make sure you follow me there as well as subscribe to this podcast, because I'm telling you, when I spill the tea, I spill the tea. I will just tell you everything how it really is. So for me, I just been documenting my life the whole time because I really was that type of person who was a true introvert, didn't share my life with other people. I think it has a lot to do with this trust. I mean, we could talk about trust issues. I'm going to do a whole show. I have to do a show about my relationships and where I'm at in my life right now. Being in my 40s, I'm actually 41, is all about stepping into myself and not holding back and doing the things that I've always wanted to do, but I haven't done. And this is one of them. I am starting off 2025 with this podcast and elevating myself and sharing my story. I've been big into self care. I was a person who was constantly overworking myself and trying to please everybody else. Several years ago, health crisis where I was throwing up and really sick. I had a relationship that ended, and I had a doctor who was like, "You got all of this crazy stuff going on with you. You need to address this now." At the time, I was working 3 jobs. It was stupid, but I was just trying to survive on my own. I just thought about it. I am working for all these other people, and I could be replaced tomorrow. I need to take care of myself mentally, physically, spiritually, put myself first and make myself a priority. And that's the tone of everything that I do, is just reminding people that you are special and you are deserving of time and to be healthy and to be heard. This is the space that I want to create for you guys to be able to hear these amazing stories that the world hasn't heard from before, and people that you probably don't know, but I want you to get to know because they are up and coming people in the world that I want you guys to have the sneak peek into. So I've been on this journey of transformation, and it's been about my health and well being for several years. I said that's a priority no matter what. I'm doing this and being open to possibilities. The magic of the Hot Tub Club is creating that space and extending that to my audience, and also just a place where I can be my authentic self. That's my core part of my life, is I want to be able to be my authentic self in every single avenue of my life and not have different masks that I wear throughout the day just to make everybody else happy and to mince my words because it's more convenient for other people. And I'm really over that. That's the whole point of having the podcast, is really having a space where I can just be open and share my thoughts and feelings, and also to share some amazing stories with the people that I've met along the way, and a lot of people that have amazing stories, and I want to document them because I just think they'd be cool. There's so many people with crazy stories that the world doesn't know, and they don't plan on writing a book anytime soon. This is a great space to be able to do this. This is a space for you to be able to hear these stories and be inspired. Well, I've been a content creator for a long time. I've been blogging for a long time. I have a website that I've had a blog for well over more than 10 years. My YouTube channel that I really started focusing on in 2025. I post every single week. I am passionate about walking alongside people and seeing life from their point of view. I love to put myself in other people's shoes. I've been doing that since I was a little kid, of trying to experience life from different angles and trying to understand what people are going through. That's my part of being a content creator, is being able to share myself with people who are in a similar vibe as me. And I want this to be a positive and uplifting space for people to come to. We know that this 2025, I'm not going to get political. However, it's going to be a different tone. I felt like I needed to do my part in continuing to spread light and love out into the world, and to put out a message of positivity and hope through all the BS that we're going to have to go through over the next couple of years. That's where I'm at right now. My goal is to do this full time. That's ultimately my goal. I'm going to focus on that because that would make me happy, being able to talk to people and be myself. That's always been my goal since I was a little kid. If I can make money and be myself, talk to people all day, I would love that. I was the kid that when I was 2 or 3 years old, that when I was supposed to be taking my naps, me and my sister, we would get down from our beds, crawl on the floor, and then we would peek around the couch to watch Oprah. That was me. I was that kid. Oprah has been my hero my whole life. This is my way of having my own show. I believe YouTube is also another way for me to have my own show. It's been an interesting experience with my YouTube channel. I've had coworkers and other people that are in my life that know the glossy side of me, but they somehow have fallen into my YouTube channel, and I'm so vulnerable on YouTube because I'm at a point where I just don't care anymore. I don't care what anybody else thinks. So I express myself, and I've been able to start building some good friendships with people who I probably wouldn't have opened myself up to otherwise if they didn't fall upon my YouTube page and they reached out to me and say, hey, I saw your stuff and keep doing it. This is amazing. This is a creative space where I'm able to share my ideas, uplift people, inspire, and give yourself the time to enjoy life, share stories, and to help all of you to be the best version of yourself. And always make yourself a priority because you matter before anybody else. The Hot Tub Club, just a metaphor for just a space where you can relax, let your hair down, and have meaningful conversations with people from all walks of life. We have some amazing episodes that are going to be happening, and some of them include uplifting stories from inspiring guests, practical tips for self-care and personal growth, a mix of like solo episodes with me and guest interviews. I should probably do one just on dating. I really should. It's been interesting. I could talk about so many things about like even like lessons I've learned in past relationships, but we'll go there. And then also if I would love to do a listener Q&A so you guys can just send me questions. I would love that. And you guys can do that through my YouTube channel or on Instagram and also TikTok as well. So it's going to be a little bit of solo episodes as well as guest interviews and Q&A sessions as well. So a quick sneak peek for our first episode with my first guest is going to be all about solo travel. My first guest is Tashai Lovington. I met her through Breakthrough to Success and a lot of the Jack Canfield trainings. We're also in the same accountability group. She has had such a crazy life. There's still stuff I'm finding out about her. We have to talk about this and record it because it's amazing. She did this trip across the country last year all by herself in her Honda Accord and camped out. I mean, she did it all. I want to know how she did it and number one, the story behind and what inspired her to do. All I know from when we talked was this is something that she has always wanted to do since she was in high school, I believe. We're going to talk about solo travel, how to prioritize yourself without guilt, and so much more. Another guest, he's going to talk about the power of gratitude and how that helped him through his divorce. I'm so excited to have Justin on. He's going to talk about that and how that really saved him was gratitude. I also have some incredible experts, people in walks of life. My ultimate goal would be to get my mom on a podcast because I think it would be hilarious. I'm excited to share stories of triumph, positive stories, and getting through tough times. My best friends from elementary school, and her name's Belinda. I'm hoping to be able to edit that. I did not record it via my platform that I record on, but it's just a Zoom, but I will also post that because it's a really good interview. We talk about what happened in her life through her eyes living it, and then also from my perspective is what I thought was what was going on. And she was like, oh no, this is what really happened. So I'm so excited about having all of you guys joining me on these episodes and being a part of our Hot Tub Club crew. I can't wait for you guys to meet all of these wonderful people. I would love to hear from you. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram as well as YouTube at the Samara Renee. Subscribe to the podcast. I would love to hear your topics. You guys can reach out to me on social media. Instagram and YouTube are the best. Your voice matters, and I would love to hear from you. Send those topics my way, and I will do my best to make that happen for you. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Share it with your friends, especially if you're really vibing with this podcast. If you know anybody that has a great story, send them my way. Remember, you are worthy of joy, success, and everything beautiful in life. Well, let's make this the most amazing journey together. And I'll see you guys in our next episode.